You don't
How
have any.
much that business helped you with the current public speaking career as
Well,
experience?
beautiful angle. I'll tackle that for you when I answer your first question, which is I did consulting in 2011 for Abu Dhabi government. I was the consultant, the event consultant for Abu Dhabi Science Festival. So that, again, that was still in the events industry, and I wasn't fully employed. It just gave me a bit of freedom. So that was the early stage pre-India. After I came back from India and I needed to pay the bills because I've been, out of work for a while and I've exhausted all my savings, I still did consulting in the events industry. And that was probably full-time consulting in 2013, and then on and off in 2014, and on and off in 2015, up until I started getting the success that I wanted. So that's to your question about the consulting. Now, the other question was?
How that helped you as experience with your public speaking career?
Well, here's what funny. I think you are born with certain talents, and these talents are innate in you and God-given for a reason. So although I have ventured into the coaching, and by the way, I got certified by all the pretty much coaching schools that are worth it in the world. I got recently selected by Dr. Marshall Goldsmith, who's world's #1 executive coach, as one of the top 100 coaches in the world that he will be mentoring. So I'm standing as one of 100 out of 12,000 applications in that field. I still got really high in it. And I ventured into all of this. However, it seemed that I have a talent for speaking. I spoke my first words when I was 9 months old. I was having full conversations when I was 1 year old. And then I was also in a media business before. So I used to pitch a lot. I used to communicate. And I tracked back and I started realizing that the most enjoyable part for me in my agency work was coming up with ideas and going to pitch them. So at a certain time, I would deliver 20 pitches a week, like about 5 a day, 4 to 5 a day. And that I was very good at it, and I was natural at it. And this is why my success rate was very high. I mean, back then I was rating anywhere between 60 to 80, 90% success rate, which is almost unheard of in the industry. Funny enough, I'll tell you, on the entrepreneurial journey, it became 95% failure rate. But yeah, so that business helped me a lot, because at the end of the day, I've invested a lot of years into learning branding. I've invested a lot of years into learning PR. I've invested a lot of years into learning communications. So the minute I decided to launch myself, I was aware in my head of how to position myself in the right way. And that helped me move a lot faster in the branding. The minute I got on camera, I knew how to handle camera. I knew how to handle interviews. I knew how to structure messages. A lot of the coaches out there might be better coaches than me. However, my ability
they don't know how to deliver the message.
And because of my delivery, my coaching engagements became a lot stronger. My presence on stage became a lot better. So all of the assets that I have served me. And this was also a learning for me, is that being passionate is about being resourceful. Use what you have to get what you want. Being an entrepreneur is the same. If you want to be an entrepreneur, or what I call a passionpreneur, you have to be resourceful. You have to look at, where am I delivering well? Where am I good at? Because this is where you make money. This is where you grow. You don't grow because you feel like doing something.